Hey there, welcome to 4-Minute Friday, and today I want to talk about prospecting, in particular cold calling, and especially I want to talk about what should you say in the first 10 seconds of that first call with a new prospect. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Brian Conway. I'm a sales trainer, coach, speaker, and author, in fact, on the subject of sales. It's something I've been doing for nearly 30 years. And I work a lot in the tech sector space, but the tips and tactics that I teach in these short videos are relevant to whatever industry that you may work in. So hopefully you'll get some great value from this. Now, as I said, I want to talk about prospecting, and in particular, that kind of cold outreach. Now, first of all, you should know that I don't necessarily endorse cold calling. I often teach a principle called cool calling, which is a way of warming up your prospect first. If you don't know what that is, then I recently published a newsletter on LinkedIn on this whole principle of cool calling. I'll put a link below this video, actually, if you want to read that. But that's things you can do before you outreach to an individual, just to warm them up to who you are. And one of my favorite techniques is letters. I like to write to an individual first. So typically, first of all, when I'm cold calling, I'm cool calling, and I'm following up on something that I have sent out. But what do I say? What can you say in those first 10 seconds? Even if you haven't warmed them up first, you can still use these sort of kind of few key phrases as a way of kind of breaking the ice a little bit and getting your customer to give you some time on that first call or agree to a follow-up. So let me give you an example of what I say, and we can take it from there and break down exactly kind of why this works and unpack it a little bit. So I would typically say, hi, John, my name's Brian Conway. I'll be honest, this is a sales call. I might say, I'm following up on the letter that I sent you last week. So if you want to just hang up on me, I totally respect that. I understand what it's like, and that's fine. But if you would be just kind enough to give me just 30 seconds, I would really appreciate that. And again, if at that point then you want to hang up, then that's fine too. Okay, and we can part friends. All right, so that's what I say. Now, there's a couple of key phrases in there that I want you to be mindful of, and some specific words. So one of the things I teach, again, my clients, my students and companies that I work with in helping them grow in their sales performance, is to be much more intentful. So you're not going to sell by stealth. People know you're trying to sell them something. So just embrace it, right? It just kind of takes the objection away from them because you've addressed it. So that's why I say, look, this is a sales call. All right? Secondly, you might notice I said, look, so if you want to hang up, I totally respect that. So I'm respecting the individual, their time and what they may want to do. But then I said, but if you would be just kind enough to give me just 30 seconds, okay? So again, I'm giving them an indication of just how much time I want. And then if you then still want to hang up, then that's fine too, and we can part friends. So the implication again being, we will stay friends, and therefore this is a friendly engagement and not some kind of pushy, sleazy sales kind of tactic. But one word in there that is very important, which is if you would be kind enough to give me just 30 seconds. Nobody wants to be unkind. And I speak with a lot of sales leaders as well. So there's a certain empathy in that as well, which is one of the reasons why it works so well for me, because they're in sales, they're probably done outreach, cold calling and stuff. So, they kind of have a little bit of sympathy for me, I suppose you might call it. But this does work with anybody. So if you just say, look, I'd like 30 seconds. If you don't want to give me that, that's fine. If you would, I'd really appreciate it. But, so would you be kind enough to give me that time? Most people will say, go on then. Something like that. Go on then. What do you want? How can I help? Or, if they're a bit rude or whatever, they might kind of go on and give us your pitch or whatever, something like that. Which we're not going to do anyway, remember. But you will have to hook them though, obviously. So this is where what I call your KIM, your key introductory message, that key specific message that gets them on the hook would then be used. So I might say, listen, I work with technology companies as an example. I help them within 3 to 6 months, some double, sometimes triple their sales performance, increasing top line revenue, improving pipeline management and forecasting accuracy, and obviously prospecting as well to help increase the number of people that you have to sell to. Would that be something you're interested in? Right, so what's that effect? So I'm giving them a very specific introduction to who I am, what I do, and what's in it for them, and asking them, is that something they're interested in? If at that point they go, no, actually, not at this, or they might go, well, not at this time, or whatever. Whatever the answer is, that's fine. If they go, well, obviously, yeah, if we could double our sales in the next 6 months, that'd be useful. Tell me more. I may then say, right, well, is now a good time to talk, or do you want to set up a meeting? Etc. So I'm kind of going a bit past the first few 10 seconds of engagement with an individual, but this is typically how I open a sales, a cold call or a cool call with an individual. And then again, giving them a choice whether they want to talk now. So there's a decision to be made. That's always good. So there's quite a few elements here past that, those first few words of the cold call, but all of this is important. And of course, I don't then start telling them about what I do. I would start asking questions about where are they, in particular, where are they with their sales performance, and what are some of the challenges they face, and what are some of their goals and outcomes, etc. So start that discovery process. So just to rewind a little bit, kind of gone into the call in a little bit more detail there, but it's those first few seconds. It's listen, my name's Brian Conway. This is a sales call, and I appreciate if you want to hang up. That's fine. But if you would be kind enough just to give me 30 seconds of your time, I'd really appreciate it. If you still want to hang up, again, we can do that and part friends, and that's not a problem. And if they do want to part friends at that point, I'll say, that's great. I appreciate, you're busy, etc. And I appreciate the few seconds that you have given me. Before you go, would you be okay if I maybe just sent you some information? Right. So I'm following up anyway, and most people at that point would just give you a bone, so to speak. They'll give you a little bit of something, being that they're not being kind and giving you the time, and therefore most people go, yeah, that's fine. You go, okay, what's your email address, and I can send that over, or perhaps you can just confirm what your postal address is, and I'll get that in the post to you. And now you've got an email address, and now you can follow up, all right, which is another key component of success, and one of the key things I teach within my top line transformation program. So hope you found that useful. A few things maybe take away from that, different aspects of that very first call. But that phrase, as I went through a couple of times there with you, is very impactful, very effective. And most people will literally say, oh, go on then. And they'll give you that 30 seconds to enable you to get, as I said, your hook out and hopefully sell some more time with them so you can start your discovery and sales process. All right. So I trust you found that useful. Please share your thoughts on cold calling and cool calling and prospecting. Please do like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Always appreciated. If you ever have any questions for me about any aspects of selling, just reach out, contact me, DM me, whatever, comment in the chat below, or the comment blocks below this video. I said the link to my cool calling newsletter on LinkedIn I'll put below as well. And this has obviously gone on a few minutes longer than 4, which I tried to do on a Friday, but trust, you've got value from this. That's my ultimate goal, is to give you value from the few minutes that you do spend with me. My name's Brian Conway. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to hopefully engaging with you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.